this is Divine Sunshine coming to you today with your weekly energy update. I'm going to do it a little bit different in the way as far as how I am going to do the formatting this time. I was guided to do a little bit different. I had did a lot of a lot of things in which they told me to do differently. Here, got some messages and some things I'm excited to do. So we're going to go right on in to it. Let's start off first with this, seeing what is the energies for the Divine Masculine. Clear. Woo, got a flyer. Jumper. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, we got the Magician. Okay. Let's do the energy card. I'll let it kind of lead me since that. What's going on with this? Why is Divine Masculine clear in Magician mode? Okay, so we got Magician here. This is this energy, and then we have also the door to romance. Now, the door to romance there is like magic. It can also means magic. Something about his heart being caged up, and I can say pretty much maybe by it being some isolation. That's what I pick up. So that isolation could be from what's happening currently in the world because of us having, us being quarantined. That's one way of looking at it. That's the reason why that's happening. And then also, something is like it's saying it's in the closet. So something that it has been hidden, like not for the world to see. I see 3-3, which again is Trinity, getting in the double alignment of things, and then equals up to 6, which is love. Being able to flow. So I'm thinking like it's almost like I done had it trapped in the closet. I think about R. Kelly at that daggone time he had that song. It was like a soap opera or an operatic things. And it was talking about everybody's trapped in the closet and went from one thing to another to another to another. Remember that sucker didn't stop, and it was the next video. He had to end up with about 10 daggone videos. I know, I understand about R. Kelly, but I just saying about that. But so what it is again, is just like he wants to open it up because to him, he has this one cup, and he wants to offer this one cup that is like a two-handed cup. I'm picking up a lot of times when I see, I call it the sippy cup here that's represented right here. I figure it's one point in time I'm picking this up, like this is a cup that he wanted to drink just to himself. He didn't want to offer it to nobody else. You think about a little baby and you tease him, say, you gonna give mommy some? He's like, this all mine. They drink out the sippy cup. So the Divine Masculine has been kind of pretty much coming from that approach that this is all his. But right now his chest is open. He's very vulnerable, which lets me know that he's willing to reveal that heart or his heart chakra as well. He's wielding the sword, which is wielding the sword of truth. It's like he's really sharpening it. So somebody is, this week, he's preparing to deliver the truth about his situation. He sees I see like a feminine in the candle, or pretty much like a prize, a trophy. To me, he's got his eyes on the prize. This is on the table. He's pretty much has the lights, the candle there as well, like the one that's flickering behind me. Is too look like he got like kind of jumping, kind of brighter too. And so those things like that flame is just going on. Now what I'm picking up also from them is that my guys are telling me, and source is telling me that a lot of them, like, you won't be able to see what's actually happening. Right now it looked like it might be dead to the world. There's no type of action that's occurring with the Divine Masculine. And so then we have, what's the reason? I want to know what's the objective for all this is happening, which is the angel of love, which will represent you, divine feminine, because the angel of love looks like you working with loving energy. To me, when I look at it, it looks like you've been doing the work. You're very at peace with yourself. You're letting things blossom. Like you had a lot of ideas, like I did on the couple of days in a row on my Instagram, Divine Unisouls 11. Go visit that, like, and also follow on that one. They had, and Twitter too as well, the same message, my daily messages that I do every day. It keeps saying about the divine feminine is always like having these balloons of ideas, and like these ideas are giving birth and helping her to give flight and to be able to cross over from where she is to a new location. And so this is what's going on, and the divine masculine is able to feel this in his energy. When we talk about the divine feminine as well, the energies for this week is what? Clear? I did see something come out. What's the divine feminine's energies this week? Current energies. I am a warrior of love. I told you the divine masculine say he's able to feel that. You worrying. I am warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. So right now, the divine feminine is practicing self-love. This is what I'm picking up. And right now, because of you being able to really have that tunnel vision and really set your sight on, just like that card I had seen for this, for today's reading, it's really taking that. And that devotion means to really have that one path. It's like this had this very thin line or a path that was bridging her from one side to the other. And knowing that that is very key in order to help her to get to the other side, because of her devotion. It helped her to attract these resources. So that could be also like you see in the Instagram picture of the divine feminine with these look like balloons of light bulbs. So those resources are really now being attracted, because you're now sending a signal to the universe. I'm ready. I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready to cross over to the other side of what you want me to actually do, from where I am to something new. And so because of this love that you have, this focus that you have on source and on self, is bringing the resources to support you. We have Seskmet as well, which is I honor my anger by giving voice to it. You're also, because you're practicing love, self-love, you're also learning how to become royal in divine as to who you are, but also giving voice and also giving self boundaries as well. That's funny. Like today, I found myself, because when I called my stylist, she was like, "Well, I'm not, although if she does watch this, that's fine. She works kind of at home, and so." And she was telling me today that she wasn't taking any clients this week because she wanted to let things kind of die down. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, well, how long is it going to be? Because I know she works from home. And I understand the safety precaution about her and her family and stuff. And then also with me. So I kind of voiced her and say, okay, well, I understand I'll try to work and do things with my hair on my own. However, at the same time, how long is it going to be? I understand that, because she doesn't know either. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to be resourceful and find other resources as far as how to get my hair done. And so then I was surprised that I had voiced it, because most of the time I'd be like, okay, all right, well, I understand. But then I was letting her know too as well that I understood her thing, but at the same time, for her to also respect if I do find somebody who will be able to do my hair, that also respectfully that I might, go and find somebody else, which was, again, I was voicing my thing. I wasn't angry. I mean, I was disappointed, very much so. But my thing is, I understood that, but I also voiced that, also my side of the story as well. So my thing is that you're helping people to know some things that are very surprising to you, that you will be able to kind of give voice to let them know that, you know, okay, I understand your side, but I also want you to understand my side too. I think also while you pretty much at home, some of you all might have found yourself trying to give voice. Some things that you had let slide, but because now you had no place to go, you find a way to say, okay, well, I got to actually give voice to it. You know, this no longer, it works my nerves. Before I was like, okay, let it go, but now I got to give voice to it. So the divine feminine is understanding to honor her anger by giving voice to it. I pick up also as well as understanding what to do with it. You know, also to understand that some feelings that you have is valid. But also, I think to give voice to it is to understand, like Ayana Van Zandt always says, like, okay, what's the story, my beloved? Like, why are you angry? That's the voice I hear also that they're saying, giving the voice, like, what's the reason? Let's not keep it, let's not house it, let's feel it, and then let's let it go. Let's talk through it, give voice to it, which means to also talk through the emotions that you feel. So you also having your voice, like you also talking, you got that inner small voice that talks, that also say, okay, let's give narrations to these feelings. Why are you feeling this way? Dot dot dot, you know, something like that as well. So I'm picking up two things as far as that is giving voice to that. What does, now we see what the current energies are, so let's look and see what do the powers that be, those powers and spiritual bodies that govern over and watch over and have authority over this journey clear and help to look out for us. So let's look and see what are the three areas. So that's the current energy. So now, what are the areas that they want us to kind of work with this week? So we have freedom, serenity, retreat, and intentions. I said that on Saturday when I did Jupiter 11's video. I will be trying to upload that this week to put it on my channel. However, until then, you're always more than welcome to go over to Jupiter 11's channel, where we talk about what to do. The towers are falling, and what to actually, what source and guides and the powers that be say what to do until that time. Okay, so with all these things, the divine masculine wants, he's going into magician mode because he's trying to open up this door to romance, and he feels that the divine feminine is the one who's helping to propel this feeling that he's got. And then we had the divine feminine saying right now that in her energy, she is now concentrating on being the warrior love, attracting these resources and support that she needs right now where she's at, because she's trying to go over after her mission and purpose and start some new beginnings with her. And then she's also understanding at this time she's got to be pure strength and being able to put voice to her anger, or put voice to whatever. Your anger doesn't have to, somebody say anger isn't bad, it's just how you use it. Anger is good. And I did not get to look at it in detail, but I remember them saying, I said, oh, that's an interesting perspective of it. So understanding how to use your anger for good, to kind of propel you, to kind of boost you. Just like ego can be good or bad, but you can use the anger for it to help boost you to your next thing. So again, using those energies help us to gain freedom, they said, with the magician being able to manifest things that create freedom. Also, for you to be a warrior love and attract these things and support helps you to bring freedom from where you are to your next level, and being able to express yourself also helps to bring freedom. Serenity, also that's that peace, this peace that you have going in with the temple within. I told you, with this time now that we have going on currently, this is the time for you to take that inner journey. You're able to do that. And while you're doing that to get that inner journey, it's going to cause you to divine masculine go into that magician mode. It's going to help you to open up that door to your heart, and this feels like it's caged, and you'll have that freedom. It's going to also help to bring that serenity and peace about where your divine feminine is and how she's expressing herself. She's being a warrior for love where she is, and she's also expressing herself, which gives you that freedom. I always think about, I remember one time I had I had like a kind of not argument. We had a debate. My mom and I had, and I remember I had really had stood up for myself. And because I had stood up for myself at that time, I remember some kind of way it seemed like it had brought the divine masculine closer to me. I think at that time I hadn't seen him in a while, and then just for me standing up in my power and myself, he had disappeared out of nowhere when I had did it. And I did that one time, and then I did it again, and I said, there's something to this. So like when I stand in my power against things that I feel like I'm standing up for myself, it draws the divine masculine in. So again, moving on to that, we have the next thing, which is retreat. Retreat is we're going to have to find ourselves in order to become that magician thing. I would say I'm picking up for the divine master. It might not be time to reveal that special gift yet until you kind of, like you say, I'm wielding my truth. He's getting ready. So he's not in that. So right now, until that happens, I would see that he would need to probably retreat. The divine masculine is feeling in some ways he needs, or the source is telling the divine masculine kind of retreat until you kind of get that a little bit more crafted. The divine feminine, while you're doing your warrior love, I always think about it, and you attracting resources, support. I pick up from you too. It's not quite time as well. I feel like, and you got a sword up here. Oh my God, I just seen that. So both the divine masculine and the divine feminine got this sword. Now this sword here, he's preparing it. This one here, the divine feminine, is using her truth in what she's doing. Interesting. I just looked at, they draw my attention to that. So again, you need to retreat. Now, while you wielding this sword, and you also flashing it and telling people, where they can go and where the sun don't shine, because some people might at this time might need to be told that in a very firm and strong way, that you gaining your strength while you're doing this, and at the same time you might cause other people to retreat from you. But then you also, after you do that, you might even have to find yourself to retreat. I'm getting a fork and road yourself, divine feminine, because you might need to be able to replenish and replenish what resources you have. That's like yesterday I went out and went shopping at the grocery store, and I end up going to 3 stores trying to find toilet paper. After I had did that and talked to angels and guides and ancestors and dad to help me to find that stuff, I was plumb tired. I was supposed to do my current energy readings on Sunday, but I just didn't have that. I just needed to really kind of recharge myself. There we go. And so that's what you probably find yourself doing there, because that sword look like it's heavy. You swore the truth, and you might have to find yourself recharging as well. And also they want you to make sure that you are clear and on your intentions. How do you do that? They also tell you that you need to meditate. Meditate quite often. They help you stay grounded, so you can calm your emotions, so you can calm the waters as well, and so you can be able to again get these creativity going, because I see the color orange here, which is your sacral chakra, which again is how you're connecting with others. So if you be a magician, it's how you made things manifest, how you connecting with other people to make things happen, how you be able to connect with others to make sure that you're that angel, you connected with your divine feminine, angel of romance, divine feminine. How are you connecting with others in love? You're attracting these resources and support that you need. And then also in your intentions, like when you're saying these words to people, are you saying in the way that, you know, is I'm standing in my truth, and it's not coming from a place of ego that is setting that person off and they're more harmed than whatever? Because again, you can say your truth and it really doesn't, it's not your responsibility as to how they walk away or they respond to it when you're standing in your truth. But if you're saying it in the way that you know you're placing harm in somebody else intentionally, then that's something that you've got to check and look into. Okay, all right, so that's that one. Let's look into, okay, good, 10 minutes left. All right, let's look into next, what is the heart of the matter? Clear. For the divine masculine, I did you first. Divine masculine. What's the heart of the matter for the divine masculine this week? What's the heart of the matter for the divine feminine this week? Ooh, she got a lot. Okay. Do I need to clarify that? Yeah. For the divine masculine, we have you deserve love. So in his emotions, he's finding out that in order for him to be this magician, he needs to, the heart of the matter is, you've got to know that you deserve love. You got to point your arrow in a different direction, divine masculine, against the current flow of your emotions. The powers that be, or your guides or your angels, are stating that they have your actual back on this. Like whatever you want to do, we are protecting you, we're guiding you, we're here for you. If you need us, call on us. So you don't have to worry, cause baby, hey, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep you from getting to you, baby. I know I flubbed it, but anyway, it's been a long time saying ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. So my thing is that, you know, it doesn't matter. They're here to serve you. You just got to call on them. I told you, angels, you have to ask. You have to tell them they have your permission to act on your behalf. Why do you need to do that? Because you need to understand you deserve love, because right now you want peace. You want to really give this olive branch to this divine feminine here. You want to give this olive branch, I'm picking up, for yourself as well. You know, you want this new beginning, and you want really things to blossom and flow and to flourish and to grow in this peace that you have. You really want to stay in the present. You deserve love now. We're not talking about the past, and we're not talking about the future, the past, and not the future. We're talking about in the now. And so you're really bringing that home to yourself. You have, for the divine feminine, you want honeymoon. Honeymoon stage is like you want time to just really clear, just to be in your bliss right now, especially when you're saying you in love, because you want to form that loyal heart where you and the divine masculine energies within merge with one another, and you want to have this new beginning, and you want so within, so without, so what's happening on the inside to also show on the outside. You also have past life relationship. You have known each other before. I'm picking up for this not only just for like past lives, like if you have reincarnated like several times, but I'm also picking up the reason why you saying this is divine masculine. You're saying this is because of you talk about past relationships. Some of you all have been in separation. Some of you all have not been in communications for a while. And so we're talking about the past. Although the divine masculine says, you know, he's in the present, you're talking about the past. You think that if you look at the past about how some things had occurred with the divine feminine, divine masculine self within, it's going to help you to get a leg up on the situation. Some things, some past relationships I'm picking up as well is also like if you would look at how in your childhood or past relationships as well, it's going to help you to get kind of a pattern, because again, you're moving into that energies where you want to be a warrior. Let me move this over here. You want to be a warrior for a warrior for love, and you want to have this truth. So in order for you to be able to look back at the past relationships and have this leg up and have this true strength and true love, pure love that you want to express, you're going to have to look at past relationships. This is what they're bringing up. Okay, the heart of the matter is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Some of you all religiously are thinking your thought process is wrong. I thought about that this morning, about a lot of negative thinking that I even house, and I was trying to break myself out of it to really see the divine masculine in a new light, like he can actually do it. And so some of that is really getting in our way. I think about the process of April Williams. It told me, and I've seen that even on myself, which is tapping. Jupiter 1111 talks about that too. I know she's told me about it in her prayer academy as well. We use the process of tapping in different parts of your body so you can be able to tap those things out. And you know that helps as well, because you learn how to, again, the process of you take the negative, which Jupiter 1111 talks about, that you agree with whatever that negative thing is, but then you got to go ahead and uproot it and replace it with something positive. And so that way, because you can't always say, you know, well, we gonna get together, we gonna get together. No, we ain't gonna get together. No, we ain't gonna get together. And your mind is always repetitive, thinking about those habitually negative thoughts. You've got to learn how to do cognitive behavior methods, which is Jupiter 1111 is really good on that. You can go to even Kathy D of Pineapple Fish Life Coaching is very good in giving you some keys as to how you could be able to. She's on she's Pineapple Fish Life Coaching.com. And I don't want to flub up April Williams. Hers is Golden to Life. If you want to, at gmail.com. You can also reach her there. I'll put the information down below, but I believe it's in the description box. I put their information as well as a resource. So you want to also deal with that, because you want to understand that, not this way, but understanding that you have partnership on a much deeper level with this divine counterpart that is soul or spiritual level that you have. And so to understand that he has the key to you, and they have the key, the opening to you, and vice versa, the lock and the key, and both of you all know how to unlock each other. And so you need to be able to kind of get out of that. But I'm picking up there saying also that you might be triggered by some of the things that they do, and that's because they're able to know you on a much deeper level than anybody else. And so they do know how to unlock you, and they do know how to turn that key as far as that. And so you want to be able to deal with those religious thoughts and processes and your spiritual beliefs on things, because again, like I told you all before, that when you get into union, I was watching Patricia McNealy, and she has on her twin body channel that she had did an interview with two twin flames that she had gotten into union underneath her program that she has. And they were talking about them being married, and even in the situation of them being married, they felt like to them it's a cocoon. They have arguments, they have things of that nature. However, she said there was most of the people on the outside, the family, the friends, the financial issues, those things on the outside. And I've told you before, even on this channel, I was about to say this show, that's fine, this show and this on this channel, that once you get into physical union, it does not stop. you still have to deal with the people on the outside, and you still have lessons that even though that you and him are on the you and her are on the same page and have a real understanding and speak your own language just like real life twins do. But my thing is understanding that you've got to be able to have those keys. If you are sitting there and the person that has negative thinking already, any little thing that your twin does or any little thing that things on the outside, karmic situations on the outside come along, whether it's family members saying something about you, friends, or the job is an issue still for that, or whatever, that is going to cause the whole foundation of you all's union of coming together to crumble unless you have this down pat. I should know. I don't do 30. I do 40. But that. So keep that in mind. And this is why this has got to get divine feminine. That's got to get nipped in the bud. Next one. Getting to know each other. Okay, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So again, that's just what I just kind of talked about there before I even seen that card that came out. The reason why you need that, so you can be able to breathe. Because some of you all have not been your truest form of self with the divine masculine. Some of you all have been kind of like playing to their tune or appearing in the way that you think that they want you to. And that's causing the problem. For you to be your true authentic self. And some of this stuff is not helping you to be that because of things of your childhood too, that you bring it in. Like this is the way maybe your mother said you're supposed to be with a man, and vice versa, and things of that nature. And that's got to be stopped. Although you believe that you're open, but this divine, your inner child here is stopping you from really being your truest potential and being able to breathe, which is also putting him on like a protective mode too as well. He's like, I'm putting the sword down, but I still got it. You would rather for him to come to you without the sword. Okay, and the next thing is let go of control issues. Okay, so this is what you need to work on. Clear, because a lot of situations unfold naturally. That is why they are saying just go ahead and in your energies you already had divine feminine, so I would build upon that. Is really understanding that you're a warrior of love and just going ahead because if that's what your intentions is, because of love, and maybe you loving what you do and you loving what its mission, or you got this great love for something and you actually want to do it, then the universe will go ahead and supply you and bring you those things that are needed in order to propel you to the next thing. And that's why they say let go of control issues, because you're looking for it to happen one way and the universe is saying just let it flow to you naturally. Okay, just let it flow. So again, if you're letting go of control issues, because in your emotions, you're very controlling. The divine masculine energy within you is kind of looking at you and saying, I wish you kind of let it go. You're just working, and you're going in a circle. And I really wish you would get to the point that you just let that stuff go. Let that go. Let that childhood issue or whatever you have go. If you're an actual parent, I'm picking up a fork in the road, and you have some issues with your children as well. Also, it's saying kind of let that go. Children could also represent projects or ideas as well. So my thing is, they just brought that to me. They say don't always have to be like an actual child. Child could be a project that you're in the making. So if you're really controlling about that project, a new project that you have, and you kind of protecting it, it's like, just let it go. We'll bring the resources to you. Don't be so protective, because again, you got to be able to co-create. Just talked about that just in projects. So you got to be able to have that agility. You got to be wise. You got to look at your foundation, look at your ancient philosophies of how you be able to build this and have this new beginning. Are you basing upon an ancient this is like an ancient fossilized egg? That's something that's already has been done, but you pattern upon something that's been ancient, which you need to create something new. And you also want to stop that, because this causes you to go into weary. You got this never ending story, which to me is like a cycle, which is creating, because you keep on controlling and things are not flowing like it is. You feel yourself running out of time. So you don't want to have that as well. Okay. Next thing, are you hiding? Clear. Divine masculine, what are you hiding? What is the shadow self that you need to deal with this week? This kind of brings around. Okay, so the divine masculine has addiction. So addiction could come a person, place, a thing. So again, that could be, again, you're thinking about what things that no longer serve you. You feel like it's stabbing you in the back. You're addicted to something. You want to create this magician and this daughter romance. But if it's some things that you just keep on habitually doing, it's almost mirroring what the divine feminine is, what we was talking about her thinking. You got to get rid of it because it's really creating an issue that is making you pretty much look like dead and drained. And it looks like you can't have any forward movement because it looked like to be at any moment because all these nails is in him. He's about to collapse. So this is something that you got to really work on, divine masculine, which is looking at those things that you're like, I just can't. I can't let it go, you know. And it's like back to controlling, just like the divine feminine in your thinking. So what is it that you're addicted to that you need to kind of let go? And then fragmentation. We have here divine feminine. You're not whole. You got to work on love. Can help heal all things. Perfect love, true love. That can do that. So if you practice self-love here, you'll be able to get the keys. Now, I talked about you overthinking, which means an overactive crown chakra. In order for you to be able to do that and get out that headspace, you got to drop it down and get to those lowest chakras. So you got to look at your solar plex, sacral, and your root chakra to kind of bring it down. I keep on saying I was going to do an exercise. I might try to do that maybe Wednesday because I usually take off and on my days. So today I do readings. Tomorrow I won't do reading, and I'll be on again Wednesday. So my thing is that look, do some kind of exercise because I know on myself I've been doing exercises even in my meditation. I bring in some physical movement as well to help me to ground myself into those energies that I want to work with. Okay, what are the life changes that source says and powers that be says that you have got to that's going to change for you this week? Clear for divine masculine. Two things. For divine masculine, self-care. Interesting. I would have thought this was for the divine feminine. So again, he wants the wheel. I felt that. You want to become this magician. You want to come out the closet with your love and romance and your magic and what powers you now have. It's like right now, you know, just build on it. You know, you got your score, the truth that you've been wielding, and you kind of right now kind of getting it down and helping to get it much sharper than what it is. It's like self-care. Get your communications together. How are you communicating self-care to yourself? Also, how are you relating to others as well? You know, how are you being creative? Work on that. Why they said for you to retreat. And then you also have here your solar plex, how you standing in your power as well. So these are the things that you need to kind of keep in mind. Also, they say memories. Watch looking at things of the past as well, okay? Because it seems like in some ways, just like the divine feminine, we're crossing over. Interesting. Look like it's more so when I looked at it, I say, look like you kind of more like this is like divine feminine here to me. And I see it go flashy, and then I was like, maybe you divine feminine. That was interesting. And then I picked up, it was saying at the same time, but they start flashing like, it's like to me, it's like, it's really both. It's both of you all. It's interesting. Okay, so self-care and memories. My thing and the solar plex. Okay, let me see something for 1 second. So then what would it be for the feminine? But we do crossover. Okay. Yeah, okay, stop. They said, okay, all right. Look like, but it looked like we're the same. So it's divine. It's for him. Leave it alone. So he's got memory. So in order for him to be able to be in this magician things, the divine masculine, I scrunched them all together. Let's see here. Yeah, you deserve love. Some of the divine master they bring to me, the reason why they deserve love, and they say that's got to change, is because some of them are still housing the memories of the past about what happened with the divine feminine and what has happened to them. And so that's why they said, again, in your love, your passion, the heavenly, the God-like passion, you know, you got the different levels of love, that understanding that you got to create that change there. And then you have also the yellow, which will be in your solar plex, which again is standing in your power. After you've done the visit and looking at it, and they told you, one of the cards say about you want to be in the present and not the past. After you revisited and got those memories together, then you need to find a way how you can bring that fast forward into the present. You need to also watch your communications too, and how you're self-caring, like how you even talking to yourself. That's what it's bringing to me as well. For the divine feminine, you have join in. I ain't gonna be no 40 for this is the collective. I know why I said that. So you need to join in. I say it every time and it don't work out. So again, interesting. When I see the yellow and the blue butterflies, to me, they always remind me of the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. And to me, join in is finding a way to kind of like merge together. Join in also reminds me of how to get on the same page as your divine masculine within and on the outside about these energies that he's bringing to the table. How can you join that being a magician mode as well? This opening the door to romance as well. How you can bring both those two things together in the way you communicate, the way you stand in your power. Okay, and how you can be in creative to cause these new projects that you are devoted to, and how you could be able to communicate your strength through you pretty much acknowledging your anger, but then also giving healthy boundaries to people. Then also pay attention to healthy signs, just like what you see, the light flash and going, you know, like, okay, am I going the right directions? So look at it. You might see butterflies. Like now with me, I see seals all the time. That's my totem spirit animal. For me, it tells me that means I need to take a journey with my spirit, which for its inner journey, my emotions, take a deep dive into my emotions, get a proper understanding, because they were saying about seals don't have ears, which means they got to listen to that inner voice. So that's for me time to take introspection and listen to that inner voice and let it guide me as to where I want to, or the spirits and what things are being guided to me. And then also being happy about being in the body that I'm in, and how seals are able to live on land, in water. So to me, that means, again, land would be like in the material world, and then also water can also represent spirit, or in my emotions, and the reality of the emotions, and land will be reality. And how to bring those two things together. So that's me. So a lot of times if you see spirit animals, and you see this animal keep on repeatedly keeps on appearing in your dreams, or appearing to you, that means that animal has a special message that it actually wants to get to you. Okay, what does spirit guides wants the divine masculine to actually, okay, maybe you were telling me you're not here, but you, okay, if I need you, you chime in on that one. Okay, that's fine. Gotcha. Either way, but you let me know you're here. Okay. I don't say I had to convo with him. Let me see. I just want to make sure if that's so, come back out. Okay, for the divine masculine, that's what I thought. Surrender to divine timing. This is what I was picking up too when I looked at the card here with this magician. I see him just like really saying, It's a couple of them. It's a couple of them that's kind of impatient that really want to say, I want to hurry up and wield this sword and hurry up and get it sharpened. And there's a couple of them that just like really, when I looked at the card too, it's not too many, maybe about 5%. But a lot of them, when you know, in order for you to do that, I look at the man, most of the time they really take their time sharpening and making sure it's sharp. Because I remember like when my dad, he had you know, old time ones, they got that shaving blade and they could shave their face. And you know, I see him sometimes on that leather belt there, he'd take his time going back and forth with it. You know, it ain't nothing you can do real fast, because it's going to be, you want it nice and smooth, so when it does go over the surface of your face, it just kind of glides over it. And so that's why I say sometimes divine timing may offer differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifested fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Okay, what does the divine feminine has to surrender to? Surrender to success. This is good, especially when you're trying to resources and support. I think about some divine feminines might be scared about being successful. I think about some people in my life that I was like, okay, are we kind of procrastinating? Or are we going to really try to get this thing off and running? And my thing is that, you know, some people, you know, you come up with a lot of excuses or best laid lies, which for doing things that you have to actually do. But again, you have to remember, just like what I said on Saturday, you are built for this. You are specially made and uniquely built for this experience and this occasion to give the message that you are supposed to give. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. So you can go on ahead, and that could be the same thing with me. You know, I got things and limitations as well, but you know, again, sometimes things come and present themselves so they can stretch yourself, so you can see what you actually, those things that you protest and do not want to do, sometimes those are the things that help to stretch you and find out what your true greatness is really made up of, that you're housed inside of you. Okay, and then also, let's see, what's the divinity, the divine powers that they want you to work with. Clear for the divine masculine. Abandonment. So divine masculine, okay, you got a lot of, to me, you're mirroring kind of the divine feminine. I was picking up on that. So we kind of really getting to the point that we kind of like really merging these things. But I'm thinking again with you, this abandonment is one thing that's stopping you from really being in your true magician mode. You have abandonment issues because you're scared that, you know, you might be rejected by the divine feminine. And you don't know how she's going to react, because since she's in this place of love and she looks like she's just on a high level, I can see some of you all like, well, let me just kind of leave her where she is. I don't want to really mess with her because, you know, I'm unsure as to what I am. But at the same time, I know she's what I want. She's my true happiness. She's my true love. And she makes me happy. And so you got to deal with those things, those abandonment issues, that whatever has been done to you in the past, as I see this child here, or if it's in your childhood, or you really starting this new project with having a divine feminine. Your divinity or divine powers that you need to work with, or the source or powers that be wants you to work with. Divine feminine is too many cards. Okay, I can go for these two. Divine feminine, you need to work on your energy. You need to heal yourself. Do some chakra work. Especially when you're doing this and you talk about this strength and this love thing. Definitely I will work on your solar plex, your root, and your heart here as well. And they're saying also, y'all see blue here, which is your communications. I see a little bit of touch of purple running through there. If you want to hit your crown chakra on that one, that's kind of up to you. But definitely those are the areas that you need to work on in hearing. And they say physical ailments. Some of you all are, if you like myself, my back is hurting. Some of that's ascension signs. Some of that is because of what's going on with your divine counterpart that's showing up on your end. You have to remember, you have to just kind of like send it back over there to say, no, I respectfully decline. You take that energy right on back over there and you deal with whatever it is that you're going with. Um, in doing that, I can no longer take on that energy for you. You've got to learn it on your own. So you just send it right back over. So you ask first if that's your energy, because sometimes don't we send it over there and that's really your energy that you're dealing with. You know, you got to really say, okay, who is this? Okay, my back is hurting. Who is this back hurting? Is this back hurting for me? Or is it I just took a breath and I can feel it say, treat? Who is that? And it was like, it's for you. Okay, so then that means that I've got to take some things. There's other places I know that if it hurts, I'm like, nah, that's not me. I'm going to send it right on back to sender. No, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay, so that's what you have to look at again. So your ailments too as well, seeing what does that mean. Look it up on Google it spiritually. What does that mean? Part in your, if it's like your kidneys back there that's hurt you, that means you got some control issues. You're trying to control something. I could tell you digestive system means something that you're not really understanding and not really digesting well the information. Those things, you know. So some of those things is kind of obvious, you know, throat hurting, something you're not really communicating like you should, you know, your eye hurting, something you're not being able to see well, you know, in all those kind of things is, you know, is pretty much, but look it up just to make sure to see what does those things mean, okay? And the last one, that's what I thought. Oh, what's the energies that I want to see? What's the message? What is the energies that powers that be in source want you to are pushing you towards this week for the divine? Let's do that again. For the divine masculine, so we can make sure that's just not a fluke. Whoa, damn. Ooh, 3 of swords. Wow, this is that part. Okay, so they're pushing you. You want to be this magician, but the divine powers that be in source are pushing you to deal with this broken heart of yours. Okay, emotionally. You're not really getting any kind of knowledge on it. Nothing can be able to grow and to flourish until you deal with this. I look at this, it looks like all roads lead back to this heartbreak. So your money is funny, back to heartbreak. This relationship that you got now and this karmic situation, 3D, that again goes back to heartbreak. Uh, Things on the job that you're not relating well with your boss kind of goes back to heartbreak. So it's like get the heart healthy so that you can be able to change the scene as to where you are. So you've got to release these emotions that you have here, because I see a lot of swords here. You understand in your truth, and you got 3 swords there. Again, you got one of them, you got this truth, and it's crossed over to me. It's like it's so many different. I always think about what I, you know, was told. I remember that's off of Usher's song. Somebody said there's 3 sides to every story. So there's their side, your side, and then there's the truth. And that's the way it seems like it when you did. So you got to make sure that you be able to see what is the truth in this situation. The divine feminine. What is the energies in which source wants to push you to? Just one. I mean, it got to be definite. Piece of peel. Same one that came out what came out today. Interesting. Yeah, oh, okay. All right. So we've got the 7 of Cups, which is moving into understanding that you've got to ascend, moving up. You're getting pushed forward to go up to the next level. You are really worried and concerned about you, Divine Feminine, if you're going to make the right decision. However, Spirit is letting me know that you do know which one is the right one. It's going to help to level you up. Your emotions is going to lead you. So again, emotions to me will be your heart. Your heart would send you the right decision. Although you got options, but remember again, I told you all before that there's no wrong. Um, you can't do anything wrong, because whatever it is, the universe knows how to calibrate itself and to change to make sure that whatever it is going to happen for your highest good, and you're going to still learn a lesson from it regardless, whatever choice you have here. This was next. And then, because again, I told you, you got a lot of ideas. This is the one I'm talking about. Oh my God, this is the card I was talking about. It came out. They're saying about the ideas and how it's bringing you up and helping you to go over to the other side, and you gaining knowledge as you're doing it. You know, it's like, to me, this is business casual. She's kind of casual, but she's still about the business. So it's like do it in the flow, not like it's really formal, but it's informal. To me, it's like going with the flow of it, but then still being about the business of learning and being about the business of taking these ideas and letting them help you to ascend to the next level. Okay, and also being anchored by them. And then also you in the movement of the energies they want to move you into is this wheel of fortune, being able to turn the wheel of yourself by the actions that you take. Because I see dice here, so in order for you to do that, and for you to try Lady Luck, you got to actually put some force. You got to put some action. What you got to do, you got to roll the dice, and to be able to do that. So you got to forth some action in order for this wheel to actually just turn, like the wheel of fortune. Wheel of fortune. So you got to be able to do that. And they say, spin that wheel. And then so Vanna White or the angels and the powers that be can be able to turn them letters for you, so it can reveal to you what message it is and what you're supposed to be doing next on this journey. Okay, last one. I know this is long, but I forgot my current one. Energy reads a longie. Clear. All right. So what does the Divine Masculine want to say at this time to the Divine Feminine? Can you give us some words of encouragement to kind of let her know what she needs to do? It says, treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So right now, if the Divine Masculine is with you or not with you, he's saying right now, just love the one you with. Just really treasures the ones that you're with currently. And then that's going to help you to be this warrior of love, bringing these new resources. Who knows, maybe you showering love. Showering love on others will help to bring, they might have a word or encouragement. I tell you, ooh, I know this person that do X, Y, and Z. You're like, oh my God, I was just looking for that. I need that. And it's going to help you also to build that strength by you pouring on that love on other people as well. And then he's saying, don't forget him as well. Okay, Divine Masculine, I heard you. You say, don't forget about me too. Don't forget. That's what my Divine Masculine always talk about. You know why you doing, can you not forget about me? I said, oh, Booski. Here we go. And you want to say to him, get to know each other. That's the second time you said that. That card came into yours. Learn to meet another's needs for love is important for a relationship to grow. Once you practice that self-love, Divine Masculine, and you know how to love yourself, then you'll be able to love others as well, and then you'll be able to get to know each other. So get to know your feminine side, get to know your masculine side, and then that in turn will help to bring on that getting to know each other. And then you can take that show on the road, and then you can be able to express that to the divine feminine as well, and then other people. Okay, they can benefit from that as well. Okay. Because you're in that magician mode. So that's the best way in order for you to become a magician is to love thyself and to know thyself. And then you'll be able to create those magical moments that you want. All right, then. This is it. Today, actually, is it tomorrow, will be the last day for my Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine special. Yes, tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow is. So if you wanted to book a reading with me, I honor today and tomorrow. $22 for 30 minutes to get insight on that. After that, starting April, I have been led to do a 4-card spread for $11.11. And this will be from your loved ones, from my Sankofa Fast Forward. Tell them from their perspective as to what you need to do in order to move forward where you are on your journey, twin flame journey. So if you want to book with me, that's on. I'll add that on. I gotta take one out right after I finish this. So if you want to book with me, get a reading, go to divineunisols11.co. divineunisols11.co, and you could be able to get for $11.11, get a 4-card spread, okay, on that. And so that 4-card spread will deal with who is the loved one that's coming up to talk to you, what is the heart of the matter, what is the shadow that they see you doing, and a solution. That solution would be whichever way they say. They might say what things you need to change, what things you need to surrender, and surrender. Yeah, those things. Change or surrender. They'll tell me which one they want to do. Or maybe that's the energies they want you to concentrate on going to. So that's what it would be. That's your 4-card spread. Again, who's the ancestor? What's the heart of the matter? What things are you shadows that you need to work on, and what's the solution? Okay. All right then, and that will be into the end of April. Okay. All right then, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you.